I travel all over the world, and I make this pledge to do the cakes all over the place. Innit? I guess that's why they call me Jeff the Chef. Well, maybe they call me Jeff the Chef cause my name is Jeff, maybe, I don't know. Sometime I make the cup of cake or the Victoria sponge or the Chocky Wocky Locky Docky Doodah cake and things like that. I like to bake the cake. Sometimes I even got things to say as well. Most of the time. My good lollipops, you make my heart go giddy-ups. Yeah, the bread and butter pudding, that's what I like. Oh, hello! What are you doing here? You very well. Alexa, stop now. Stop. Alexa, stop. What's going on? It's very nice to see myself. How am I today? Yeah, that's right, it's Jeff the Chef, innit? Well, it's nice to see myself. I was just making the bread and the butter pudding, innit? I don't make the cup of the cake today. I make the bread and the butter pudding, innit? See, got the butter, you see? And the bread and the butter, I'm just doing some more bread and the butter and the butter all over the bread. You put the butter. And I got the egg. You see, I got the egg. I whip it up with the egg. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna put a bit sweets in it. Look, sweet, and measure properly like that, you see. And you gotta have a bit of the sugars. You know what I mean? A bit of the sugars, you know. So what I do? Look carefully. Look. Ooh, a bit of the sugars. You see, I measure very carefully, about that much. And when you gotta be careful, because when you got the Lexi on and you do this, and you whoop, and if you're not careful, you go, oh, just bring me a good lollipop, like that, you see, because you can't help it, it's like microphone. Now I'm gonna put a bit milk. Milky in it. You put the milk in it. What's that noise out there?
Oh, yeah, well,
what's going on? Hang on, sorry about that, kids. I'm just going to see what's going on out the side there. Something noisy happened. Let's have a look, shall we?
Sure? Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's that way. Yeah. Sure? Yeah, No, I think you're right. It's that way. Maybe that way. Oh, come
What's going on out there?
Maybe that way. Oh, come on. It's right.
I don't know. Mimi.
Oh, yeah, well, let's...
What's going on? What those silly blokes doing out there, innit?
No, I think you're right.
They go that way? They go that way? Oh, I see the van down the road. Yeah, the building companies, they must be lost, innit?
Oh, come on.
What's it called? Mr. Bodgit, Mr. Scarper. Bodgit and Scarper. That's the building companies, innit? I tell you what, I don't know what they do.
Oh, yeah, well, let's...
Do you know? I don't know. What they doing? The back, the front, the back, the left, the right, the up and the down. I don't know what's going on.
Sure? Yeah, No, I think you're right. It's that way. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Maybe it's that
I'm a
way.
bit confused.
Oh, come on. It's got to be so...
I don't know what they do. Maybe they're lost.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? I don't know. Stupido. Absolutely stupido, innit? Innit.
Oh, yeah, well, let's... Ah, yeah, that way. Good enough.
They remind me of something I read in the Bibles. I read just the other day in the Bibles, and it's about this bloke. I think his name was Mr. Sladder. That's it, innit? Yeah, Mr. Sladder, because his name was Jacob. That's right, Jacob Sladder. And he was doing what God told him this one day, and he went to this place, Horeb or Horen or something. On the way, he falls asleep. But he got no pillow, so he just rested his head on the rock like that, you see. Anyway, what happened when he fell asleep? He had the dream. It's like, he probably snore, and then you can hear all the noise in the night sky, all the stars. And he falling asleep, this Jacob, this Mr. Sladder. In his sleep, right, he have the dream. The really big dream. Sometimes we have a dream, innit? But seeing those blokes out there, that's remind me, because this bloke in the Bible, Jacob Sladder, he had the dream, and he sees this big ladder coming all the way from the ground on the earth, and he went all the way up to the heaven. You know where God is, he's up there, isn't he? He sees in his dream the angels, they're climbing up, they're climbing down, they're climbing up, they're climbing down, and sometimes maybe they get in the way and say, oh, excuse me very much, sorry if I bang into you, and like that. But they're nice, because they're angels, they won't have a fight or anything like that. So so what you got to do, what you got to say is, then Jacob hears, in his dream, he hears the God, this is God, right? He talked to him. He said, I promise to you, Jacob, that I will give you many families, and the place where you're sleeping now, I'm going to give this land to you and all the peoples what come after you. Wow, that's big promise, isn't it? But see, God, when he promise in it, you always keep the truth, in it. So if he promise, it's going to happen. And that's what happened to Jacob. Yeah, Mr. Sladder. That's very good. And that's remind me, those silly blokes outside doing that stuff. I better get on with the bread and butter pudding now. What do you think? Because I've got to mix a bit more and do a bit more of the butter and stuff. So it's very nice to see you. And I hope to see you soon as well. Alexei, do you want to keep playing that song, please? Michael Lollipops, you make my heart go giddy-ups.